Hello, welcome. I'm going to play Sharp Shot on the Intellivision, developed by APH Technological Consulting and published by Mattel in 1982. This is a compilation of 4 mini-games, and there's no main menu. I have to launch each game from the title screen, so I'm going to play each one, and after I complete one, I'll hit the reset button to go back here. And they're all made for 2-player. 2 of them are alternating turns, and 2 would be at the same time, but I'm playing solo on all of them. I'm going to be using controller 2, so my score will be on the right side of the screen. And if you haven't played Sharp Shot, you may still recognize parts of these games. Well, they're all one screen, single screen, but some of them may look recognizable because they're borrowing graphics and audio from other Intellivision games. So I'm going to start with Submarine, which looks basically like the battles in Sea Battle. Now, of course, it's called Submarines, so I'm controlling a submarine. Well, the submarine moves on its own. I just fire. So let me start that. Basically just firing at other ships from Sea Battle. Most of them are here, but the PT boat is not. Sometimes there's 2 ships at once. You can tell it only takes 1 shot to sink them. You can have up to 3 shots on screen at the same time. It's all about timing, but you could also just fire in anticipation of something showing up on screen. Of course, this is an alternating turns game, so there's a second player. Once this is complete, you could hit the disc on the other controller and then they would take their turn. I'm going to reset. Next up, I'll do football passing. This is the only game that's not shooting, so it'll look like Intellivision football. Now, you don't actually move the characters in this. Every single game is just hitting the side button to perform a single action. So here, it's going to hike everything. Once I hit the disc, it's going to hike every single play on its own. The players are going to move on their own, and I'm just going to hit the button to throw the ball to the blue receivers. So again, all these games are just timing your button press. Interceptions don't matter, except you don't score. And I'm doing terrible. So these games obviously are basic, and a higher up guy at Mattel didn't want to release this, but Mattel had a contract with APH. You may not know who APH is, but it's a major player in the Intellivision. It developed a lot of the games, and it helped develop the system as well, and it was under contract with Mattel. Mattel had to purchase a certain number of games from APH each year. But the guy, I don't remember his job title, but one of the higher-ups, didn't want to release this just because it looks so basic. Wow, 70 points, pretty good. And thought, this would tarnish the Intellivision's reputation for being more advanced than Atari, because this is as bad as an Atari game in his mind. So let me move on here to the maze shoot. So marketing put on the front of the box, especially designed for children ages 4 and up. And I guess that was to say, don't expect much, it's a kid's game. So what's going on here is the creatures are trying to reach the treasure on the sides of the screen. And when they do, they turn black, which means they have treasure. And if you don't hit them before they get back to whatever that is in the middle, top of the screen, you lose a point. It's really basic, but with the second player going at the same time, there's competition. When you're playing by yourself, there's not too much excitement here. It's So this series of games was made for a television game show initially before it was released for television. The show was called Poww, and it's spelled with two W's, P-O-W-W. Now I'm not familiar with the game show, but this last game here called Space Shooter, I am familiar with a competition for this. I believe these are maybe from Space Battle, the ships. So what happened in Connecticut, and this may have been nationwide too on various syndicated TV channels, whatever. WTXX, let me just get this started here. The ship's gonna fly around through the crosshair and you just fire. So WTXX, Channel 20 in Connecticut, had this contest every afternoon. They'd pit two callers against each other. So over the phone, two people would be yelling "Pow, pow" to fire their guns, and then the high scorer would win a prize. Now I never was on it, but my sister was, so she got on there on the phone yelling "Pow," and she won. I'm not positive what the prize was. I want to say tickets to something. Probably an Ice Capades, but I don't really remember. I don't know, it's pretty neat that this is on there. So you may have had that, locally where you lived. I don't know. WTXX is like the channel that ran all the cartoons that we watched. And I don't know if a recording of that exists. If my parents happen to have one and I find it, I'll probably upload it to the channel just because it's kind of funny. But I don't think they recorded it. But we had a VCR, so maybe it's somewhere. That's about it. And it can be fun with two-player, but by yourself it's kind of lame, I guess. The manual says to add up your score from all 4 games, and if you get 200 points, you're a sharpshooter. I'm not sure what I scored. I got 70 on football, though. I want to say I got around 30 on the first game and 20 on the second. So, let's see. I think I fell short of 200, around 190, I guess. So that is Sharp Shot, and thanks for watching.